Hello ladies and gentlemen, yes, Zeke here again today for a very rushed video. Apparently I have supper pretty soon with family, so I'm going to do another episode of Scrolls because it's a great thing to just pick up and play rather quickly. So I'm going to go into a ranked match here and use my quick deck. I cannot yet afford to have any other deck, so it's going to be a while until I actually see it. I've gained a couple pieces of good advice that I should probably not hang on to any cards that involve sacrificing a creature for more than a single turn, because it's better to actually use them to get more cards or more resources. But that doesn't apply immediately, so I'm going to go ahead and GLHF this guy very slowly, apparently. And thankfully I have a turn 1 play here, and it's just a Royal Infantryman, which is probably my least favorite card in this deck. And I'm also going to give him a smiley, because I feel friendly today, and I give everybody that smiley. So starting hand, not bad, not particularly good either. Honorable General is really nice, but I don't like holding on to cards for this long. Pretty much, I find you get the biggest advantage if you almost sack your whole hand right off the bat. Like if you can just play, then play, then play, then play. And as it is, I may actually need to be sacrificing cards for more cards and not resources. So this guy, it's his turn, and he is right. Oh shit! No, it's my turn. Have to apologize because that was kind of bullshit. I wasn't trying to think that hard. So fortunately, he's playing the same deck as me. Like I said, as far as I can tell, the deck I currently have is pretty much the most underpowered deck. So I don't want to be. Let's see. He's actually moved this guy to a fairly bad position. I'm just going to sacrifice for resources here and then end my turn. I have nothing to play and I want to keep my focus spell. Why I say this guy's moved him to a bad position is because I could actually catch my infantryman up to him and kill him before he can sacrifice. So that will be next turn, hopefully, unless he plays some things in front of him. Which again, always could happen, but I have the feeling this guy might be playing with like the base version of the deck. Then again, maybe not, because usually it takes a bit of experience before people start actually saying GLHF before matches. As much as I hate to say that. I'm getting into like the psychology game here, trying to figure out who he is, how he thinks. And unfortunately, I was wrong, and he does indeed have a ducal infantryman. But what I could be doing is actually sacking my focus spell. It might be more... That is actually a tough call. Yeah, actually, that was what I want to do. I'm going to use the focus on him. I'm going to lose this guy next turn, but that doesn't really matter because I will get an extra resource with my flip spell. I like flip spells, but I really want to kill his ducal infantryman because to hell with that card. Now he's very likely going to sacrifice his current sin-marked zealot. I always forget what these guys are called, to kill me. But he may actually just decide to attack, although I kind of doubt it. No, he actually did decide just to attack. And what he did is actually have another fairly good play, which is to play this Waking Stones up here. And I can only do 1 damage to this at best. So what I'm going to do is move him over here and summon my zealot. I could also sacrifice for 2 cards, which I've made a mistake by summoning this zealot instead of this relentless guy. So I'm going to sacrifice my relentless guy to make myself feel better. And then I have an infantryman and a crossbowman. So I do feel slightly better about myself now. And it's his turn. Like I said, I generally focus on the center rows. And remember, I can sacrifice him to actually do 2 damage to this. And I don't like that he has 2 of those. So he could sacrifice and kill this guy. He could sacrifice and kill my zealot. I'm not sure what he's going to do. If I play my crossbowman, I think it'd be actually rather stupid for him not to kill it, because crossbowmen are actually fairly good. So what I may decide to do is, I don't know. I just don't know at all. If I had to flip, I would flip this around and kill a couple of those guys, or one of them. I'm going to summon the crossbowman, possibly as a sacrifice. So let's go ahead and bring this up to the center. Remember, he can basically kill 2 of my units guaranteed now. I'm also going to sack this for resources because I'm trying to save up for the Honorable General and pass my turn. Got some extra damage going on the tower, which does put me in a fairly good position. I've damaged his towers and he hasn't damaged mine. He hasn't damaged mine, apparently, because I can't talk. I'm just no good at it. No good at talking. At talking the Deutsch. I'm not good at speaking German. What? Pretty sure Deutsch is sprechen die Deutsch. I'm pretty sure that's German. I don't really know. It's always confused me because countries are stupid and rename countries at their fucking leisure, which I've always hated. Okay, so he actually went ahead and sacrificed my my zealot, which I don't find too surprising because that stops me from killing his other guy, which guarantees the kill on something else. So I do get power bound now, which is pretty... I want the extra resource, but I would much rather sack it for 2 cards so I can actually play something this turn. So let's go ahead and get another sin-marked zealot over there. He's probably going to kill my infantryman unless he just attacks. So let's go ahead and move these guys over here just so I can do some extra damage to this skirmisher here. The reason I'm doing this is I'd really like to take him out with my zealot, and this will allow me to do so. So I also have a Divine Mark here. Divine Mark allows me to enchant a creature, and if it's destroyed, it just gets returned to my hand, so I want to be using that, of course, on my Honorable General, because he is so honorable that I cannot stand losing him. I guess you'd call it cowardice. So he actually pinged off my my zealot, which is kind of surprising to me because I pretty much have the guaranteed kill off on this next turn unless he moves it, which I think he should be doing about... yeah, there we go. So 4 resources, 2 turns left until I am actually done. Now, he's playing a deck that depends on monsters relying on each other, or units relying on each other. I'm not sure why I keep calling them monsters, but he's played his Vanguard way over to the left there, which I find a wee bit confusing and surprising. I can't get to it in time to kill it with my crossbowman, which is kind of too bad, but I can go ahead and play another Royal Skirmisher, or my first Royal Skirmisher, I guess I could say. And probably actually sack my Divine Mark. Remember, things just cycle through the deck. That is not gone forever, and I think it's worth it to get the 1 more resource and to get another unit out. In my experience so far in this game, whoever gets the most units out the fastest tends to win unless there's a lot of burn and a lot of structures. Now, of course, that there are tons of exceptions for that, but I just can't help but have the feeling that this guy's confusing the hell out of me. That's what he's doing. 5... oh. Now I have an interesting situation here. I could either kill... okay, so I'm going to skip on getting a resource this turn, and I'm going to use this turn instead to 5, 6... oh, the tower dies no matter what. Never mind. I thought it had 8, not 6. So that tower dies no matter what. So I can sacrifice this for some resource, and then play my Honorable General right here. And of course, when the Honorable General's cooldown, well, cools down, it gets all units around it countdown decreased by 2. So that will actually allow me to attack in very quick succession. Now what I'm planning on doing is keeping everybody in this center row, and when this guy is off of cooldown, I'm going to be moving them to the 2 edges so I can get hopefully a kill on here and on here at the exact same time. But I save my movement for the last possible second, just so people don't kind of know where I'm planning and where I'll be headed. And even if that doesn't work out quite properly, he could actually kill my Royal Skirmisher right now, but he seems to be really focusing down these towers, and I didn't even notice that. I should have noticed that this was flashing last turn. But I do have enough resources to play more cards, so I'm not too concerned about the possibility of losing that. We'll see what happens, though. He plays an Obelisk to defend. That's a very good idea. So I'm gonna have to, if I want to destroy this tower or get damage done on it, probably increase his attack. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I don't need to. 2 power bounds. Well, to be honest, I might as well play them on something, I guess. So I'm going to send the skirmisher over here, you over here, and you over here to deal out max damage. That will instantly kill this obelisk. And of course, he will be destroying his first structure of mine this turn with 3 damage. I'm not too concerned about that because he does not have his men in a very good mobility position. He can't move to kill any of my guys at any point, is what I'm trying to get at here. On the other hand, if I do get a flip soon, which I'm assuming I will, I can probably take out his Royal Vanguard, which is currently the biggest risk to me. So I have... Oh! Okay. So that was a smart move. I was thinking about the flips while not even paying attention to the fact that he's playing the same deck and also has flips. But now I'm kind of pissed. So what I'm going to do is throw an obelisk down here, put a power bound enchantment down on it, so he has to destroy it to get to this currently weakened structure. And then I'm going to go ahead and put his... well, I'm going to put his main attacker on the far left. And so he doesn't destroy this crossbowman right away, I'm going to go ahead and make a position for it right there. So now he pretty much cannot actually destroy that structure for at least another turn or two, and he can't get his unit moved in there, not very easily at least. So now he's going to have to waste a lot of movement and turns just kind of shuffling his guys around. Not to mention, I could, at this point, very easily take the left side and just keep summoning units there to interact with each other, and I think that might be my main strategy, because despite this having to take 3 attacks to actually get down, I might be able to do some direct damage to it eventually, maybe with a zealot, and then I can deal with things as they are. So this guy has spiky, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. So let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. What I'm going to do here is go ahead and use a Frostwind. I don't want to actually use it on his crossbowman because the crossbowman can't get past here, but I do want to use it on the skirmisher so this doesn't end up destroyed, and increase their countdowns by 1. I will also go ahead and throw nothing yet. There we go. So these two can pretty much on their own destroy this totem. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, indeed they can, and I can get 1 damage down on the far left. And as well as that, I can throw a Ducal Skirmisher up right here, so that he has a lot of health and a lot of attack. Unfortunately, I still have to spend 3 turns getting through this barrier. Or 2 turns now. 2 attacks, I should say. So I'd say I definitely have the advantage right now, but with enough flip cards and enough attack cards, attack boosts, I could end up having this turned around on me fairly fast. As you can tell, even though I have 2 structures destroyed, he almost has 1 destroyed, and he also has a fair amount of units on the field, and this unit specifically is quite good, and this unit is very hard to actually attack. So, to add to that, I'm also out of cards, but remember I can cycle through 3 separate cards per turn. And he's just summoned like all the monsters over here. So that's not that great either. So I think what I probably want to do is 1 cooldown, 1 cooldown, 5 attack, 2 cooldown, 5 damage, 4 health, 5 damage, 4 health. Okay, so what I'm going to want to do is move my crossbowman over here, move him over here, summon another crossbowman just to make him nervous. No, actually sacrifice this for 2 cards. There we go. Yeah. I'll just summon him right here so he can move into the center later. This guy, of course, tends to buff with other creatures, and since he's going to take some damage from a spiky enemy, I'm going to go ahead and place a Resonant Helm on him, just to use up my resources. That, of course, heals me every time I use a spell or enchantment. Did take some damage there, and I don't want this guy dead, so now if he could direct damage it, he could probably kill it fairly easily. Fortunately, he doesn't have much movement coming because of that frostbite thing I threw down earlier, which of course increased everybody's cooldown by 1. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So I'm just, of course, waiting for him to act now. He is thinking, I might actually be targeting this right here, despite what I currently look like I'm doing, because keep in mind I have him here, and he increases the damage of units around him. I also have lots of haste cards going on, so I could probably get a surprise attack done and do 10 damage here rather quickly. So I'm going to lose this tower. I'm pretty much just, I'm aware of that. There's not much I can do about it. And he's going to attack next turn with, I'd almost say all he has. Let's go ahead and put this Ducal Infantryman right here. This will increase his attack when I go for this tower finally. And I'm doing 4 damage, 3 damage. I probably actually should have split that for 2 more cards to at least get 2 cards in play maybe this turn. So 3, that's going to do 4 damage to him. So I'm going to lose some units here. Unless I decide to just start moving everyone over to this side. And to be honest, I don't know what he could do about that. So let's just allow them to kind of butcher my defenses here. I have another Ducal Infantryman right here. This guy's going to be a sacrifice. Not much I could do about that. And let's see what that made him decide to do, because that was a really awkward move. It really gained me almost nothing, except it didn't lose me anything either. So he has some +2 attacks, and unfortunately one of the guys who's +2 attack is this guy, so he's going to basically power through my entire defense line. And not kill me, fortunately. And he has an honorable general in play, so this is what I was talking about, things could turn around rather quickly. Now I'm going to actually sacrifice this Ducal Skirmisher in order to possibly get a haste spell. I didn't get a haste spell, but I did get whatever the hell this is, which could indeed be useful. Let's see. Basically, I just want to get this out of my hand for the possibility of still getting a haste spell. So let's go ahead and use this on the Honorable General just for the hell of it. And I do indeed pick up a speed spell. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So these 2 move here and the game is mine, because I then have 6, 10 attack, speed spell, and I win. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope that was well enough played that you guys don't absolutely hate me. So hopefully I'll maybe have a couple more episodes of this. Anytime I'm in a rush, it's a good game to just pick up, play a quick game. So, you know, I might have 5 or 6 episodes, maybe 10, maybe 100, you don't know. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.